Well, shalom and good morning, everybody. Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, found online at KosherTorah.com. It is the 4th of November, 2019. Good sunny morning here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, here, got all our prayers done, meditations done, website stuff done, have our plans to go to the good old gym. Remember, always have to have strong body, strong soul, all working together as one. But in our little time this morning, I have to be a myth buster. I have to be what's called iconoclastic, shattering the fantasies and make-believe ideas that literally have developed over millennia. Wow. Time flies when stories just go on with a life of their own. What I want to share with you now is the truth of the Melchizedekian priesthood. Melchizedek is mentioned in the Torah as the priest who Avraham Avinu, Abraham, met and went out and gave a tithe to. The name Melchizedek is later referred to in the book of Psalms, curious verses. You are a priest forever according to the order of Melchizedek. The order of Melchizedek. It's curious. What is this order? Christians have a reference to it in their Bible. And then, of course, people have created all kinds of ideas and beliefs and fantasies based upon those things, like I said, for millennia. Let's get to the truth. Who was Melchizedek? What is this order? And this is very important because it plays into a lot of things in understanding the Bible and, believe it or not, us ourselves. So, according to our tradition, the identity of Melchizedek has never been a secret. It has always been known that he was Shem, the son of Noah. And it's very simple that he was chosen of Noah's sons to be the one who would serve the Elohim, the El Elyon, the highest of all the gods. And that is what Melchizedek did. Malki-tzedek, king of righteousness, or my king is righteousness. And he was in the city of Shalem, which we believe was the early Jerusalem. So those are the associations therein. And you find even later in the book of like Joshua, Judges, of a guy named Tzadok, who is the head of this area. So it's apparently a continuity. But what is this order? What did he do? Well, it is believed that Noah set up from before the flood the continuity of service. Remember what a priest is. A priest is not one who is served. He is not an aggrandized individual. He's not holier than thou. The servant is the one who gets down and dirty. Go look at the actual history of the priesthood in Jerusalem. Who or what were the priests? They were the butchers. They were in there slaughtering the animals. They got filthy. They got dirty. And they were serving people from sunup to sunset. And that's their job. They were not aggrandized. They were not holier than thou. When Abraham met Melchizedek, tradition tells us that Melchizedek ordained Abraham and made him a Melchizedekian priest and gave to him the responsibility, because that's what a priesthood is, responsibility, to continue the traditions of service, to teach the ways of God, El Elyon, and to be a role model and an example. That is what Melchizedek Shem was. That is what Noah was before him, Enoch before him, and going on back. Abraham took that very seriously and acted as the servant of God. Passed this on to his son Isaac, according to our traditions. Isaac passed it on to Jacob, and Jacob, of course, to his sons. Later, we know that all the nation of Israel are called a nation of priests. Why? What is the priesthood of all Israel? All Israel, all 12 tribes, not just the Jews, are Melchizedekian priests whose job it is to serve. Serve God, serve humanity by being role models and examples. So when we read later in Isaiah about the suffering servant, that is the example of the Melchizedekian priest. To this very day, anyone and everyone, any human being, male or female, no difference here, who serves the higher order to bring righteousness and decency and morality to the human race, to our world, you are a Melchizedekian priest. No, it doesn't matter if you're Jewish, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It all matters on what you do. You live the life of Abraham, then you're getting the message of Shem Melchizedek. And this is why it's called the Order of Melchizedek. There's no ordinations, there's no ceremonies, there's no bloodline. That's actually what the echo was in the Christian tradition. It's not a priesthood of blood like the priesthood of Aaron in Israel, who had to stand in the temple and all that. We, Melchizedekian priests, male and female, Jewish and not, are those who stand in service of our fellow human beings. That's you. Voila, welcome. You're a Melchizedekian priest. And all these others who have their pomp and ceremony and, let's be blunt, religions and philosophies and ideas that they're somehow more special than anybody else because God chose them. Let me tell you something. If you're chosen by God, that means you get down and dirty. You're chosen by God, then you got to go, sorry. Yes, there are times when you kick ass, but as every servant of God knows, there's times sometimes when you have to kiss ass. Because our job is not to stand up and be proud and strong. Our mission is to accomplish righteousness, and we do what's necessary. Yes, we are not victims. No one's a victim here. You stand strong and you stand proud, but not in arrogance. True humility is the accomplishment and the fulfillment of being the righteous and decent moral human being. That is the Melchizedekian priesthood. And it's open to anyone and everyone who's welcome into its ranks. That's the Order of Melchizedek. Ask yourself, are you a Melchizedekian priest? Man, woman, Jew, non-Jew, doesn't matter if you're black, white, red, blue, nothing. It's an equal opportunity for all human beings, and possibly for others who are of higher souls. Alrighty, guys, be a Melchizedekian priest. Bring righteousness to the world. Don't be afraid to bend your back and carry a burden, because that is what it means to be. Alrighty, Ariel Tzadok here from the KosherTorah School, wishing you blessings and happiness and fulfillment of your Melchizedekian role. If you need any help in learning, experience, come check out our KosherTorah School. See you all online. Shalom.